I'm going to put up screencasts for our wrap-up for my part of the readiness assurance process. So on number 14 of Wrap 2, the question reads, Pepsi 1 is a close substitute for Diet Coke. When Pepsi introduced Pepsi 1, the absolute value of the price elasticity of demand for Diet Coke blank, and Coke's ability to raise revenue through price increases blanks. All right, so what happens is, or the key insight here is to recognize that Pepsi 1 and Diet Coke are substitutes. And there's three determinants of elasticity. Or the price elasticity of demand. One is the availability of substitutes. Another is time. We talked about that in class. And the other one is income share. So if the availability of substitutes goes up, it turns out the absolute value of elasticity also goes up. And this stands to reason. Remember, elasticity is just a ratio of the proportionate change in quantity demanded to the proportionate change in price. If elasticity is big in absolute value, it means that consumers are very responsive. A seller trying to raise price will lose all its customers because the customers don't want to pay the higher price and have other choices. So availability of substitutes, if there didn't used to be Pepsi 1 and then Pepsi 1 comes onto the market, well, some of the people for whom Diet Coke was the only reasonable alternative, well, some of them are going to like Pepsi 1 okay, at least enough that they'll drink it if Diet Coke raises the price. So since there's more substitutes, the price elasticity of demand increases in absolute value. So right away, we're going to rule A and B out because we know that elasticity has to increase with more substitutes in absolute value again. Now, the Coke's ability to raise revenue through price increase. Remember that a seller can raise revenues through price increases if it can keep its customers when it raises price. If the customers go away to a substitute, well, then you can't increase revenues. Indeed, raising price, if you face an elastic demand curve, raising price will reduce revenues. So we know that Coke's ability to raise revenues through price increases was reduced. There's more substitutes, higher ability for consumers to switch away. That means they can't gouge their customers the way they used to before. So we've ruled out everyone but C, and C is correct.